Hi, beautiful soul. Erin Ann Barcellos here. Thanks for joining me this week for weekly guidance for your soul. Today we're going to be tuning into the angels' messages for the week of July 4th through 10th. And I'd like to start by taking some deep breaths together, just allowing any tension to leave our bodies. The energy of the last couple weeks have been pretty intense and I've been feeling it really strongly. So let's just allow this time to center and allow any intense energy fall away from our minds, bodies, and spirits. And from here we'll go into our prayer and invocation. We call upon and invite the higher and holy presence of divine love to be with us now. We allow this love to fill our minds, hearts, bodies, spirits, and the entire rooms we're in, joining us together here and now in this time and space. We hereby call in the presence and support of our guardian angels and spirit guides, and we hereby call in any additional archangels, ascended masters, and beings of love who would like to come forth during this week's reading. We ask for loud and clear guidance that will support the highest good of everyone involved. And we surrender this week, this reading, over to the divine, allowing higher guidance to take the lead now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Okay, so right away, tuning into the angels' messages, Erin personally has been experiencing a lot of intensity in life over the last couple weeks. It's been pretty much a whirlwind with moves and end-of-life processes. And so what the angels are saying is they're basically showing me my experience, and they're telling me I'm not alone, that this relates to you in the general reading for this week, that the days leading up to this moment here and now have kind of been a whirlwind for everyone. So they're saying that this actually started with the summer solstice, which was on June 21st. And with the summer solstice, that's when the sun and the moon are in equal balance with the earth. So on one side of the planet, we're in our longest day, and then on the other side of the planet is in the shortest day. So when this intensity began then, it is like this huge stretching, and they're showing me the sun and holy fire of purification. So the intensity that we've been experiencing the last week or so has really been supporting us in alignment with this stretching and purification. If you've had a hard time being grounded during this time, you're definitely not alone. I've been there myself, and that's been part of the uprooting and shifting around process. We're finally getting to a place where we can land and begin to ground again. They're saying that it's very important to allow yourself space to feel the emotions that might be coming up during this time. So give yourself the grace and permission to grieve, to cry, to find outlets for other intense emotions like anger or frustration, or even just like finding outlets to let energy move. If you've been feeling pain in your body physically, it's due to so much energy needing to move, and because that energy is restricted, that's what's causing the physical pain. So the more that you can move your body and find outlets for this energy, the better you are going to feel emotionally and physically. So really like loud and clear, the angels are saying that the big theme for this week is finding outlets to get that energy moving. Again, they're circling back to the intensity that we've been experiencing, and now it's time to open up those channels so all the energy can move and that you can really feel like you're returning back to your normal self. They're wanting to remind you that there really isn't a normal self you're returning back to. This is a new self that you're discovering probably for the first time. So when you find yourself back to yourself, it truly is a new version, a higher version, a new experience. And the key to getting to that harmonious place within is through finding ways to let the energy move. You can also engage in meditation, energy clearing meditation, energy movement meditation, meditation that connects your energy to our higher power, to Mother Earth, grounding with the core of the earth. Meditations will be very helpful, along with any type of physical movement or outlets for your emotions like tears, or a great outlet for anger is like yelling in the car, or I like to take branches and hit trees out in the middle of the forest. So big key, outlets, finding outlets, finding outlets. So I'm going to take a moment and tune into any additional messages for this week. They're saying that you are on the right path. Trust the process. Trust the path you are on. Trust the path. Trust the path. Trust the path you are on. Right now, it's all about taking one step in front of the other. You are exactly where you need to be. It's not as daunting as you feel like it is. Keep taking forward steps, and really the main area of focus is taking those steps one step at a time. We have a train going by in the background, so that's showing as an additional emphasis for that message of baby steps, one step at a time. By focusing on each step that you're making, it's going to reduce stress and anxiety. It's going to reduce overwhelm. It's going to help you be present in the present moment, and it's going to support you in taking each step to your highest and fullest capacity. Okay, so we're going to pull a card from Messages from the Angels Oracle cards for an additional message for this week. And the card we have is Layla. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Okay, so right away, that time in meditation, that time in nature is just going to support you in clearing the slate energetically, allowing your mind to reboot. They're showing me a computer, so just like when the computer is kind of like overrun or been on for too long, you want to shut down the computer and give it some resting time, so that when you turn it back on, it can reboot and fully run at its fullest capacity. For you, that's what spending time in nature and in meditation is going to do. It's going to allow you that time to reboot, to recharge, and to clear any energy of exhaustion or feeling burnout. Time for a reboot, and nature and meditation is going to do that for you. Another key thing to this card is where it says meditating about your desires and intentions. So your angels are saying to be intentional about every action. You are not a victim to outside circumstances, and the power of your heart and mind can truly transform any situation to be more aligned with source, with love, with our higher power. So Get out of victim mode and get into your powerful, intentional, God-given creator self mode, and be intentional about every action step you are taking. Infuse everything you're doing with intentions. Get clear about what you're wanting to create in this situation, what you're wanting to manifest in this situation, and to you, what the highest possible outcome might involve. And just to be clear, the angels are talking about every micro situation. So if you have a lot going on like I do, when they're talking about be intentional about this situation, it's like, wait, there's so many situations. So on a micro level, every single little situation that comes up, step by step, moment by moment, you want to bring intentionality into each of those steps so that you're truly opening up to calling in our higher power to shine brightly in each and every moment and in each and every situation. And the last part of this message from the card is ask your angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Okay, so the thing with that here is that shifting perspective, shifting mindset, having new perspectives, that's where transformation really happens. Growth truly happens from our consciousness going from a lower place to a higher place. So your angels are really wanting to support you in your growth, specifically by adopting and shifting into more enlightened perspectives. When you, as Wayne Dyer says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Again, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So ask your angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Ask your angels to support you in this growth and to support you in shifting mindsets so that you can see love, so that you can see God, so that you can see Source shining brightly in every situation, no matter how challenging they are. I was telling a cousin of mine this week as we were near the side of a loved one who's at end of life. I said to her, it's both sad and beautiful. It's both. It's both. Sad and beautiful. And it's okay for it to be both. If we spend too much time in the sadness, we're going to miss the beauty. And if we spend too much time in the beauty, we might miss that need to feel the sadness and process the emotions, and they end up getting stuffed under the rug. It's both sad and beautiful. Our higher power, love, grace, miracles, it exists within every situation. It doesn't mean that the situations aren't hard or challenging or sad, but we don't want to go about our lives and these tough times without really opening our hearts to embrace the higher perspectives that are possible in every situation. And so your angels are wanting to complete this reading with a big, huge reminder that they're with you. They're also wanting to remind you of God's law of free will, which states that the divine and the angels cannot intervene on your behalf unless you ask them. The only exception is if you're in a near-death situation before your time. So if you haven't been asking your angels for help, you might not have been feeling their support because you haven't been asking. Make sure you're asking. Make sure you're inviting your angels into every situation. Miracles happen, and miracles happen when we open the door for divine intervention. And the divine is saying to you loud and clear, open the door. We're here. We're wanting to come to your aid. As soon as you open that door for us, there will be miracles that transpire. Thank you so much for joining me for this week, for Weekly Guidance for Your Soul. I am giving you a big, big hug, and I look forward to seeing you next week. See you then.